Now, they have written asking for some information. Let's hear from them what the information is. Honorable Mahama Ayariga, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Morrisanda.
So it looks like a beautiful program. The government is going to put machines everywhere so that your local district office in Boko, if there's a problem with the road, they don't have to come to Accra to come and ask the Ministry of Roads or Urban Roads or Roads and Highways or Authority to help them. They can fix their own problems wherever in this country that they are having challenges. It looks all beautiful. Why are you trying to fight this?
Well, thank you very much, Moro, and good evening to your listeners. If government was doing all this using central government money, I will not have any issues. But what is happening is that money that is meant for district assemblies, we have managed, and I'm using managed in a loaded sense, managed to take that money and we are buying equipment and giving to the district assemblies. The idea behind decentralization is that the common fund money should be spent by the districts themselves. If I ask the president to produce meetings held by district assemblies where assemblymen resolve that a grader is their priority and not that school that, has been ripped off by a windstorm, or that village that doesn't even have water for the people to drink, or that rural clinic that doesn't even have a bed for patients. If we had asked him to produce the resolutions of the district assemblies saying that is what they want as a priority, I'm sure he will be able to produce even one. So it might look beautiful, but really, is that the priority of the people? Why don't we allow the people to decide how they want to use their money? This idea of the Common Fund Administrator and then the Minister of Local Government sitting in Accra and purporting to know what the priorities of the people are and, engage in fantastic procurements using money that should have been used to address the real needs of people at the local government is my issue. Assembling 1,000, 2,000 fleets of earth-moving equipment might look beautiful, but we've seen them before. But the question that we are asking basically is, well, they have delivered very, very fantastic speeches, but none of them told us how much is the cost of the project. They haven't told us what the unit cost of each item is. So as a minority, we sat and watched them on television, and we said, but you haven't answered a basic fundamental question. How much does this cost to the taxpayer? So we wrote to the Common Fund Administrator and the local government minister to ask them to tell us what is the cost of these equipment. It's a very simple question. We are not imputing anything. We're just asking them to tell us what the cost is. But I think that these are the manifestations of a failed decentralization system where people sit at the center and spend all the money and leave the local government authorities. Some of them, even how to fuel these machines, how to service these machines, will be a problem. Go there in a year's time and ask for these machines. We've seen it in the past. NDC, we did that. And immediately NDC left office. By the time we realized, they had auctioned and sold all these things to people that today we cannot trace. So, have we gone or have we come? Those are the issues, not that we have any problem with anybody getting graders and dozers.
What if there is a private sector person behind this, and that could be where the payment is coming from? Do you still would be asking for numbers?
How can the private sector be behind this? The procurement was done using funds from the common fund. So if there's a private person, then that private person only got a contract to procure the items, that's all. The private person is not the one financing the equipment. And if he is financing or she is financing the equipment, it is so that government will pay later. So it's not gratis. It has to be paid for.
So your difficulty is why we are... Okay, is your difficulty that the figure is huge or that the District Assembly's Common Fund should not be used to fund a project like this?
I don't subscribe to District Assembly Common Fund being spent at the center in Accra. The money should be sent to the district and let the district decide whether it is a grader they need or a borehole that they want to drill.
But this is a government that has been talking about year of roads, and roads are really a big issue. You do know that. So if we can deal with the road problem from the decentralized side, we do not have to then worry about a national road agenda. Is that not why they are trying to do what they're doing?
But that's the whole problem. The whole problem is that the priorities at the decentralized level should be determined by people living at the decentralized level. Not somebody who jumps and says, this is my year of roads. If this is your year of roads, go and find your money and then procure machines that you can use to implement your year of roads. But when we drafted the constitution and enacted it and established districts and said that, a portion of national revenue should go to the district so that they will spend it there. You have finished spending your money at the national level, and you have stretched your hand and you are grabbing the money of the people at the district level to implement your vision, which is not consistent, most likely, with the vision of the people at the local level. That is the fundamental issue about governance. So you can declare this a year of road. That's beautiful. But then, are the people at the district assembly also saying that this is a year of road for their districts? How about this is a year of water? Because they can't even get water. How about this is a year of dam water for irrigation? Something that you failed to do for them. How about this a year of health? They want to build a clinic. You announced that you were building Agenda 111, 101, 11 hospitals. Not even one has been completed for the district. So if they decide that our priority is finishing a hospital, so the idea that somebody will sit in Accra and say, my vision is roads. And when the constitution says, give money to the local people, let them decide what their priorities. Then the person goes and dips his hands into money meant for the district to implement his vision, irrespective of whether it is consistent with the vision of all the districts. It may be that if you do some polling, you find out that some districts really want roads. But then, do they want to buy the equipment for doing the roads? They want roads, but they may not be the best to keep the equipment and do the... We've seen it, because they are going to collect the machines, and then they will work for a few months. Then the spare parts will start becoming a problem, because when they get spoiled, they can't fix them. Some of them don't even have money to pay basic bills at the assembly, not to talk about maintaining this equipment. I said, NDC, we bought this same equipment and we gave to some assemblies. Go around and check. You will not find the equipment because they've auctioned them out. Those that have not been auctioned out are lying there because the assemblies cannot even maintain them. So the year of roads, yes, but use your central government money to implement your year of roads. Leave the assemblies with their money to decide whether they agree that this is the year of roads, or that it should be the year of just ordinary, water for them to drink, or to maintain their clinics so that their women can deliver safely. These are the issues that I am worried about. I have no issue with somebody trying to implement the year of roads. If you had bought all of this from central government funds, I don't have an issue. But these are local people's money, and you are spending it in Accra. You are not sending it to them to spend according to their priorities.
Your letter to the administrator of the District Assembly Common Fund sounds friendly. What happens next? At what point would you become unfriendly in your request?
I don't want to impute ill motives. We've just asked for prices. It's up to them to tell us. It may happen that if they tell us the prices may actually be good, because when you are buying in large quantities, you expect to have, some discounts, and then the scale will also help you with pricing. It may end up that the price is okay, there's no problem with it. But then I just want us as Ghanaians, as Africans, anytime the politician stands before you and shouts that, oh, I have gotten this for the community, know that it's not from his personal pocket. It's from the taxpayers' money. The first thing he should be telling you also, as he is unveiling and cutting swords and whatever, engage in ceremonies and pomp and pageantry, the first thing he should be telling you is, and the price of what I have bought, for the graders, I bought it at this, for the this, I bought it at that. In fact, if it was a private person and you had gone to his yard and he is, unveiling these things, he will be gladly telling you, though I got a very good discount. This thing is sold in the market for 1 million, but I managed to get it for 900,000. That one is 2 million, but I got it for 1.5 because I drove a hard bargain. But when we politicians come and then we are engaged in this ceremony to unveil projects, the last thing we want to discuss is the price of the product or the item that we say that we have acquired. Nobody wants to discuss prices because there are very serious issues related to the prices. So I want to change the conversation. That any time a politician comes and says, I have done this, the first thing you should be asking is, okay, and at what price? Because this is our money. This is public money. It's not your personal money. It's not like a gift from you to us. It's money that should have gone to our schools that you have decided that you should use it for something else. So tell us, what is the price? So for me, it's a simple question. What is the price? I believe that there might be no issue with the price. If there's no issue, if they tell us the price, we will share with you, the members of the public. If you think that it was a good price, so be. If you also don't think that it was a good price, I mean, it's your judgment.
Very well. Before you go, you went on recess last night. The majority side think it was a premature recess you went on, that there's still some unfinished business. So the leader on the side, who is also the leader of the House, has written a petition to the Speaker asking you guys, well, when I say guys, I mean you MPs, to return to continue with what you are paid to do. What's your view on that, the summons?
I saw it on social media. I'm surprised because if you've been following proceedings for the past couple of weeks, our side has consistently raised the question of quorum, if you recall, because his side were consistently absent to conduct business. There were days when we all just go and sit there and there's no work to do because they haven't brought the work that they needed us to do. And we, because we're a minority, we don't present business. Government is the one that should present the business, and then we then conduct the business. But consistently, he himself, he's been absent. Then on the day that we're supposed to go on recess, you come and you want to load us with unnecessary stuff that you've done several weeks ago. So the Constitution gives them the right to recall if they get the numbers to sign. But if we come back, it is at a cost to the state. And again, that just tells the level of inefficiency with which the MPP government has been running this country. Because when you recall the MPs, you have to pay their T&T for coming, and then you will have to pay all sorts of costs for maintaining the facilities and etc. What we could have done all this, shut the place down, the lights are off, the various categories of support staff are not working, and we save this country money. But you will convene the House, we will do nothing for several months. Then when we go on recess, then you call us, so that you can pursue your business that you could have conducted long ago. And this is part of the wastefulness, how we waste public money. And nobody is holding anybody accountable for that kind of thing, that because it is Parliament House. If Parliament is wasteful, we need to let everybody know that Parliament is being wasteful. That money could have built some toilets in some communities. The cost of recalling all the MPs to come back to their constituencies, and then when they conduct business for a few days, to send them back to their constituencies, could actually build a few clinics, could build a few toilets, could alleviate the suffering of some communities. And yet this is the way that this majority leader, neglects his duties, and then now comes and thinks that public money is something that he could do whatever he wants to do with it, and then he's recalling us to come back. If they meet the constitutional requirement, we have no obligation, we have no option but to come back.
Okay.
It's the public money that they are wasting.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Honorable Mahama Ayariga. He's NDC Member of Parliament for Boko Central.